what's up, man?
What's up? How y'all?
What's up, Taylor?
Doing pretty good, man. What you got going on?
Man, so I got a phone call a couple of days ago from Rex Lell. They're having more Bigfoot sightings. I know y'all are a little skeptic on this stuff, and
Big skeptics.
Yeah, big skeptic. But
I think it would be a good idea, since y'all are open-minded, for a couple of us believers with a
Squatch watchers and two skeptics to come get 2 point of views for this guy because he
claims
claims
that his brother was fishing about a month ago, and his dog started pointing its tail, like barking and stuff.
Yeah.
A little hunting dog, and he saw a black figure like walk up the side of the bank.
So he saw a bear.
He saw a bear is what he saw.
he said it was on 2
feet walking up a bank, but I don't know.
It could have been a bear walking up. I mean, he didn't have a tail, so obviously it had to be a bear. Case solved.
Yep. That's why I guess he wants us to come in. The best cast, he's got the best cast that a lot of people has claimed to be the best cast in the world for Bigfoot too. I mean, this thing is like, yeah, from what I've seen, it looks like it has all of its toes and stuff, because some of them you see that are missing toes and everything. It looks pretty mint.
Well, we're super open-minded about it. We're big non-believers, but
Yes.
we're willing to have our minds changed if we can see any kind
It's
of
not like we're
proof.
doing anything else. We have time.
Yeah,
we
so-
definitely have time. We're unemployed. I definitely 100% don't believe in Bigfoot. But I'm willing to come out here. You said a cast. I thought you was talking about a cast as like a crew,
No,
not
no,
a
no, no.
cast
It's like
as
a cast
in
of a foot.
yeah, like a cast of a foot.
About my size. foot.
So so you went out there.
Yeah, it might have been me.
Okay, so
Might
how
have
do
been
we
me.
not know that it was a person with a big foot?
Dude, this thing is huge. Like,
It's probably something.
Shaq wears a size what, 22?
It's probably something they're gonna have to show us and then change our mind.
yeah. We'll have to
100%.
show you.
I'm in. You in, Gary?
I'm in.
We locked in. Do you believe in Bigfoot though?
I do.
Have you had any encounters with him?
Yeah, because we've actually been on this property before.
Then I need you're going to have to explain all this to us when we get there.
Yes,
So
we
can get
definitely
all
got to
this
get you to explain
backstory.
this to us. We definitely need this backstory because this is finding that needle in the haystack, but this haystack is on 1,400 acres.
But if you can find that needle, boy, that'd be amazing. But hey,
Dude,
I don't believe there's a needle there.
No, it's not a needle.
But
Bigfoot is the world's greatest hide-and-go-seek player in the history of
Correct.
mankind.
That's right. But I can tell you this, there's more stuff to back it up, because he has weddings on the property too, and there's wedding guests that also say
that they've heard stomp and stuff run off through the woods.
well, I hope there's something happens while we're there because we're down to come.
Yeah.
We'll be there, and let's get this thing going because I want to become a believer in something like this. Because other than that,
I'm going to tell you what I do believe in, though. I believe in bears. I believe in mountain lions. I believe in deer. These are all things that could have potentially stomped and ran up that hill on 2 legs. Deer? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe it was a deer caught in full jump, and he thought it was because he was so startled by the noise. I don't know. I'm willing to figure it out, though.
I'm intrigued. I would say we're intrigued for sure.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
awesome. Well, I'll shoot you guys the address, and I guess I'll see y'all in a few.
Okay. See you in the
Yeah,
field
perfect.
then, brother. All right.
sounds good.
Sound good, Taylor.
All right, brother. See y'all.
See ya.
Bye.
So Dee and Gary just pulled up. Pure Skeptics. We're going to try to change their mind, and they're going to try to help us prove or disprove. Just basically help us provide more evidence for Rex and his land. We're trying to get to the bottom of this, so I guess let's go check them out.
And actually, they said they were skeptics before, but now they've regressed to non-believers altogether. So we've got to do something to get them back on track. So
Yeah.
we'll see what we can do.
We're ready to find out if this is true or not.
Yeah. What's going on, Taylor?
See you, brother.
What's going on, Tatey?
So
Rexit, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rex is waiting. He's pretty excited. David and Toby will be here pretty soon. What do y'all have to think about before we go into this? I mean, this is thoughts, concerns, questions.
0% worried about anything happening.
Zero.
I think maybe a bear, mountain lion, the only other thing I'd worry about.
Yeah. I see that there's only one structure in this entire place. So there's one structure that sits on 1 acre, and then there's 4 million acres that are uninhabited. But other than that, I'm not worried about anything other than what you said. The wildlife.
But super intrigued. Super intrigued by what you told us on the phone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So you got us out here. So show us what you got.
What's it on in?
You guys, I've got some eyewitnesses account over the last 9 years.
Okay.
Not all of them, but just some of them. And I want you to look in these people's eyes and you tell me if they're lying. Okay.
Okay. What's the most recent one though?
Most recent one
Yes.
was my brother. We opened up another property which was to be going to down off of that hill on the other side.
Okay.
Down to a waterfall, and he was down there with his last summer. He had a little bird dog down there, a pup, and he was down there fishing. He's down there fishing, and the bird dog started pointing. He said, "What's that crazy dog doing?" You know. He kept, throwing his thing out, and the dog just started stopping and was going. Looked like he was looking at his reel when he was throwing it out. Every time he threw it out. And then all of a sudden, he hears something go, kaploosh, kaploosh, and he looked up the river, and he'd seen where something big, tall, had went through the bushes, and the bushes went out. And this hill is straight up, and went through, and it closed up. Well, the dog and him took off.
Which one ran first?
The dog ran him and won't go back down there.
That was a nice sized bear.
Well, this was, I don't know. The water was 3 foot deep. Now think about something stepping out of something 3 foot deep coming completely out of the
really
water.
big bear.
No, it doesn't look like a little bear.
And he walked upright the entire time.
Yeah.
So what kind of bears do you have in this area? Just curious.
Yogi?
Myself, I've never seen a Sasquatch, and I've never seen a bear.
That's interesting.
I've heard one, smelt one.
A bear.
Huh?
A bear. You've heard one that smelled a bear.
No, I heard a Sasquatch
Oh.
and smelled it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm intrigued. I'm
I am.
open-minded to it, but
I am.
gotta find something that's gotta prove it to us. That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the key.
Yeah. So my first guess is I 100 undoubtedly believe in bears.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I do too.
So I know that they exist. So as of right now, that's a bear. But you can prove me wrong through, video evidence, like, when we go out here later on and see what you're gonna. I don't know if you're gonna put us up against.
What we're gonna be
anybody.
shown.
Yeah, what we're gonna be
Okay.
shown.
Oh.
And there's nobody trying to punk us.
Oh
No.
no, that's one thing I will not allow.
Okay.
This will be, not nobody on my property. Even when I started this TV show 9 years ago and found this footprint way back, and I was scared to even show it. I was not a believer.
So when did you turn into a believer? What made you become a believer? What was that
I
turning
stood
point?
and I stared at this footprint, it was so perfect for so long. I thought, what in the world made this footprint?
Do you think anybody could have made a footprint though?
Well,
or no?
I thought about that. We worked on a lot of work at different companies around, and this big company down in Hickory, I won't mention the name, I went in there, and a bunch of guys watched my show. He said, I know who done that footprint. He said, old boy up in South Mountain done it. I said, he did? He said, yeah. I said, well, you tell him. I started thinking, I said, you tell him if he can show me how he done that footprint and where he done it, I will give him $2,000. Now, what fool wouldn't take me up on that? All he had to do is prove that he done it and got $2,000. Well, that shut him up real quick. Okay, that stopped it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to put it on my TV show. So we raised it from 2 to 5,000. You know how many takers we got?
I meant
0.
None.
Like this, yeah.
Not one taker.
Because I think if you would have got a taker, you would not be a believer.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would not be a believer. Would you?
No. $5,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
to make a footprint.
Yeah.
2,000 is a lot of money.
Correct.
Yeah, but when you
500
said,
a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
you said 5,000, that's like I'm coming in and I'm putting my foot down. Like I'm trying to make the footprint. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to.
Maybe
I don't know
mine.
what the cast look like, so because I don't know what it looks like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I'm ready. I'm ready to be a believer. Take me.
I hope you can experience seeing the creature. I have not seen him. I've got.
Oh, I don't want to see him. I just want to hear him and I want to smell him.
I want to see him. I want to smell him. I want to shake his hand, take a selfie.
Every time.
I want to do anything I can do to prove it. Because if I just see it and I tell someone I saw it, you're a liar. I don't want,
Exactly.
I don't want that.
That's why I don't want to
Some
see it.
kind of
I don't
physical
want to.
proof.
I don't
You're
want to
exactly
see it.
right.
I want something.
I don't even want physical proof, but I don't want to see it. And the reason why I don't want to see it is because then I'm like you that do believe, and then I gotta try to convince them that it's real. And I'd rather be like, nah. I'd rather say no. I heard it and smelled it, but that could be this or that because I don't want to be a part of the believing community because now I got to get all the non-believers on my side.
Okay.
If we see it together, we can handle it together. We're
All right.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, guys, you just go out and play football, and your rival teams come in there, and then you look at those people's, your other team's eyes, the fear.
Yes.
That you want to show them fear.
Yes.
Right. I want you to look at the fear in these people's eyes that's actually seen this creature that will not go back out in the woods.
So
I'm gonna be honest with you, Rex.
Yeah.
I'm a seasoned hunter. I've been hunting for a very long time. 35 years old. If I ever ran into a bear and my stand with just my compound bow, he climbed up a tree, looked at me, and went back down, I am never going in the woods again. Because he just scared the hell out of me.
Oh yeah.
and that's the true statement. He told me that
Exactly.
multiple
I've
times.
told him
That's exactly what happened to these guys. I'm telling you.
I'm just
You
letting
look
you
at
know.
the fear. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't
I
go.
probably would.
I wouldn't go hunting in
I've been in-
Pennsylvania because they have a real live bear problem.
And those bears in Pennsylvania are dangerous. They're stalkers. They will hunt you down.
That's why I'm not
Yeah.
going. I don't go hunting there.
See, I go in the water all the time and I see gators. I just,
Yeah.
it's part
you
of
go
it.
hunting up there.
No, I don't hunt. I've been in, like, I live in Florida, so
Yeah.
there's gators everywhere you go. I've seen them still swim in the same
And
water.
big snakes down there.
Yep, I don't worry about it. You can't
See,
worry about
that's
it.
WPS right there. I'm not on that.
Don't pull that card.
That's WPS. You know what WPS
What
stands
is
for?
it?
White people shit.
Oh my god. That's why I said don't do that.
Well, we know alligators exist.
Correct.
Yes, but we're gonna figure out if Bigfoot exists.
I'm interested to see the
Okay.
footage and
I'm very curious. Why do we call him or it Bigfoot other than something else?
Sasquatch.
there's multiple names though.
Yeah.
Because it depends where you're at. If you're in Snow Mountains, it's a Yeti.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we-
I think that's the white one.
That's snow.
That's the abominable snowman.
That's,
Yeah,
there's two
yeah.
different. There's all
Yeah.
different names, different locations.
Okay,
Come on,
I get it.
You gotta pick up on your lore.
Well, no, I'm just
You're
saying,
crypto.
like, so if you took Bigfoot from here and you put him in the mountains of snow, he's
No,
now.
he's not white.
Oh,
Yeah. Come on, don't be changing it now.
okay, I'm just asking. Okay, so the color matters,
Yes, for that.
but I thought you didn't see
They blend
color.
in.
I thought you
They
didn't see
blend in.
color.
I see the color of snow.
You say all these trail cams out there. Why haven't we got a picture?
Yes.
That's a good one. A good picture, not a like a blurry picture, or like either he's walking like hella fast, or like the cameras just they just. I mean, are people so scared that they can't get a like this?
Usually not
We
people.
was called out. We was called out here the year before last,
All right.
and this guy had a trail cam picture, and he was scared to show it to anybody because it frightened him. And they had an interview of it, but I got a picture of it.
Uh-oh.
And so, but now
It's not out there.
the what intrigues me the most, I always look at the feet, because when we got the this foot that we took had hair all the way around it. I thought, what in the world kind of creature is that? It's got hair all the way down on the mud when it comes around there.
just curious before you show me this picture. There have been Bigfoot sightings since, before I was born, before any of us was born. Like, is this the same Bigfoot? Like,
No,
is there?
No, there's many of them.
Oh, so it's a community now.
They claim there's 6,000 to 10,000 Bigfoot in this area. Not this area, but the United States.
It's amazing hiding skills.
Dude, national champion of the world. Of the world.
Oh yeah, you know why? They live underground. You know why they can live in there?
Why is that?
Their eyesight. They say it's keener than the best night vision camera or goggles you can ever put on.
You got night vision, so we can bring him in the cave.
No, I'm not going.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I got confidence
He just
in you.
said they live underground. If they don't want to
You're
be
not a believer.
seen,
There's nothing there.
if they don't
There's
want to be
nothing there, you're not a
seen,
believer.
if there is though, I don't want to. You definitely don't
You
want
want
to
to see
roll
this
up.
picture or not?
Yes, I don't want to roll up on 6,000 Sasquatches.
Tell me what that is. That's not no damn bear.
Oh yeah,
Look at the feet.
it's a pudgy one too.
No, that's a big one.
So why is it blurred?
Uh,
Because I've seen many trail cams with deer are fighting and some are blurred.
Yeah.
This is running away from the camera. And it's not really blurry.
I think it's got to be moving pretty quick
Yeah.
too, to like.
They move.
Well, I think it's also one of them low resolution
Yeah,
If he
deer
can get-
cams.
And the guy, he was his son had to force him, and then what? His son went
Yeah,
and got
had to
it.
force him to
Yeah.
give us that, use that picture.
Yeah. It was on a lower end trail camera, picture taken every couple minutes, I think is what he said.
Put it this way, they printed the image out at Walmart. They didn't pull it
All
off
the
a
way
computer.
down on the bottom. Look how it sunk into that ground.
When was that taken?
Okay, we were at the spot
right here.
where Lance
2015,
has.
yeah.
I'm just going to
He had
turn
it
it over
that
and let him
long.
describe
The
this.
crazy thing is,
4:16 a.m.
when the Squatch was, we were on like the South Mountain area at that time, at that point, at the same night, and that picture was taken on the same night. Though we were out hunting that
Yeah.
area
Look
because we would
over,
hear
you
stuff,
can
and that's what
see
puts
it.
cold
It's a
chills
lot
on me
easier
because it's
seeing
like,
it when it's dark.
was we hearing
But it starts
that?
about right here.
You know what I'm saying? And that was within.
Now, have
2
you all
miles
tried
away. 2 miles
trail
away.
cams out here?
Oh yeah, we got some pictures. But I'll,
You can
I'll
see
send
the
that.
Okay.
residue
It's going to have to be off
left. It's
record some of
whitish.
them.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
But you can't really see the marks
Yeah.
good
No, that's good.
until it's
Why
dark
is there
and
never a
the
clean
street
picture
light
of
shines.
it?
That's
Oh,
what
this
I'm
is a
saying.
clean picture.
Now,
I
can you
got
tell
I'm
it.
saying
me
like
what you
where
told
it's
us
never
about
blurry
the
though.
blinds?
Like,
About this
why
one?
is it always
The one in the
moving or
back.
Guess they don't
running?
like
Now,
it.
there
these-
is
these
some
two windows
out there,
are
I
the
can
easiest
say,
to see through.
that there's a lot of pictures of Bigfoot,
This is why it's
Sasquatch
red.
out there, but
And
Is
this
it dark
one-
or
Too
not?
clear
The two
that
windows
people
in
were
the
like,
kitchen are
that's
the
too
only
clear to be a
windows that-
Sasquatch, that's fake. What if it's
I
not
will
fake?
say the
Always
only
say
thing
it.
I've seen that resembles something was Survivor.
But do you want to pull that out
Yeah.
and we'll try to show the
Right,
camera
I
just
want
in
to.
case that?
Yeah.
I mean, I can always
your
flash
brother?
it up for
That's
him,
my
but just in
brother.
case
Our
Found in
favorite
2010.
and the picture wasn't able to make it to
And
me,
his
but
one
I'm
was
sure.
Now, this
it
was
will.
2010, you said?
2010.
Okay.
So this is the night of. Oh yeah, you can see it good.
This is September
Look, way
8th.
back out in the woods.
Yep. Can you explain to him what that is?
It looks like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
And then you can't really see the palm that good because the way the light's shining on it, but the palm is here
Okay.
at the very bottom of the frame.
Awesome.
You said look way back.
And the fingers come down. There's the palm. Thumb's somewhere in here.
How wide do you think those fingers were, like, for each one?
Bigger than mine.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's all I can give you about that. I don't
That's
know,
awesome.
you know.
Awesome, awesome.
So that's the most solid evidence.
Find out whether it's either fake or true or, whatever it is.
Okay, you folks, I'm a cameraman. If I get him zero in down here at this track,
And now look at this thing.
this is the track we're talking about here. It's got 4 little toes and the
Now look. I want you to look at that. Now he shows that now. Look.
eyes.
What's that
How
right
long
there?
you measured it, didn't you, Johnny?
Look like
Right, hold on.
15 and a quarter inches long.
Look. Now I showed you the hair. Look at the hair. Look at the hair around that foot.
As I can see, no.
See it? You see the hair? You see the hair?
Yeah.
Andre the Giant didn't have a 15.
That's what intrigued me when I looked down and saw it. Look at the hair right there.
So
From
was
here
there,
to, from
was
here
there only
to
one
here,
footprint?
it's 8 inches
It
long.
went across the road.
And from the
When it
heel
crossed
to
the road,
longest part is
There's
how long?
a limb
15 quarter inches
about,
long.
I'd say 7-8 foot high, was
So
twisted
you can
off.
see the outline
had
of
it
the
twisted.
heel print here.
How wide was the road?
About 9 foot,
So he cleared it in one step.
one step. Well,
One
people,
step in it, depending on how far it was.
yeah, most people talk
And,
about clearing a
you
road in
also
3
said,
steps,
yeah.
a highway.
In the past,
That wasn't there a bush or something mashed down too? Like
Yeah.
the little ones, what you said?
Now look, you can even see like the fingerprints on that mud. That mud was just like, look.
Yeah, but I thought we had something big on that meteor rock, but this is something even bigger.
You can
So-
tell where it's mashed
I mean,
up.
Yeah.
but this is something.
Look at that.
I see where you're talking about the fur, like where it looked like it went around
Yeah, look at the
right
fur
there.
here. Fur around. I thought, my God.
How heavy is this thing? Because you
Oh,
think that
we
the
had-
footprint would be a lot deeper.
All right. The guy from
This
California.
one wasn't big on that meteor rock, but
Sasquatch
this
out
is
there.
something
I
even
said,
bigger.
well, I don't know what we got.
So,
He said,
and
if you'll send me a picture of
Eastern
it,
Burke County,
the
you
foot,
keep
he said, I can tell you what
eye
you
out
got.
for
So
something
I seen him
off-road
the
in front of
picture.
you, or you
And,
look for tracks. You might find the track
In
in
about
your back
30
door.
minutes, he calls back a screaming in the phone.
Like to add to
You
that?
know what you got there?
Johnny, is
You
anything
got
like
a
that?
400 to 500 pound primate. That is absolutely the best footprint in the world. Now look, you can see the all the little scars in the bottom of his foot and everything. Toenails right there.
So I'm guessing it cleared it in one step.
Yeah.
On the 9 foot wide road, it was arced because you know how it's like indented
yeah.
further towards the toe, so it arced and then jumped.
Now these guys come up from Alabama. That's a group that sent him back up here.
What would be on your hand, they're unique to each one. It's just you know, from scars and things that build up over.
Now look at his eyes.
Had long arms, black hair hanging all over. I don't know how much it weighed. I'd say between 375, 400 pounds.
Exactly what the guy told him.
And it walked on out in the field. As I stood up, it turned and looked at me.
Now he had a high-powered rifle.
Looked at me. I stood there just a few more seconds and I turned and I left.
He had a high-powered rifle with him. Now listen, we're here on hunting. That's where you're going at, right down there.
Take a shot.
Listen. Here, drop back down, octave. Only 2 creatures in the world can do that. A human being and a monkey. Coyotes went wild. This guy was hunting. Big tree. Something grabbed a tree. And went whoo, 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 back and forth. A bear push it, but it don't grab it. Now listen, here it goes again.
Yeah, I heard that. What was that?
I'm going right over there where a rock was thrown, way up on top of the hill into the river. Shelters down there.
This branch fell down right here. That was pushed down on 2 legs.
All right, now these 2 guys saw it. Won't go back out in the
All
woods.
of us is here, says nobody.
We pulled out right down there where you was going to be camping at.
There was something standing back there. Right when we pulled the golf cart away.
These guys
I
were scared to death. They had, what you gotta have is
You
gray
folks,
hair.
I'm a cameraman. If I
Gray
get-
hair down there. Now this guy, now look at him. You're gonna be taking him to the new spot down there. And he had the night vision goggles. And I went over and beat on the side right there about 8 or 9 times. Then all of a sudden, he got the just, you know, just real nervous. Well, you can see, look at his eyes. Now he's talking so quiet. He's afraid somebody will hear him. Look.
Okay, listen here. To my viewers at home, hang on. Oh my God, y'all don't understand. I gotta... Oh my God! Get over here! Where? Oh my God! Did y'all do that on? I swear to God! Holy God!
We got the nerve.
The reason the camera was shaking that night, that was because I plowed into him. Because the rock landed right behind me, like a rock about that big, like landed right behind me that
So
night.
is that the moment you became?
Yeah,
more
that's
of a
the moment
believer?
I came more of a believer, because that's one way in, one way out.
Oh yeah.
You were, at the time, were the only one that
And
knew the
this
property.
was late at, I mean, it was 1, 2 o'clock in the morning when my phone rung. It woke me up. And I heard David screaming down there. I thought, oh my God, they're being attacked. So I was scared to go down there and myself, you know. But.
And then we've got a lot
Okay,
more.
now.
You gonna tell me?
That ain't all. Now, I've got more, but I know you just cut for time. Now, I'm going to show you this picture we got on trail cam. All this action's happening right down here at this area here. Okay? And as you see, it takes a picture every two minutes or 1 minute. Right, now look. Here comes this little animal down here. Now watch it. I'm going to show you. One more time. One more time. One more time. See that rock? And look where he's at.
Go back to the previous one.
Damn, it cleared a lot of distance in 2 seconds.
You daggum
It
right.
was running from something.
You daggum right. That's what I'm saying. All this I'm going to show you something else, but all the cameras got to be killed after this next.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can like zoom in, like he showed us. You can zoom in and
You
see
can
the
see
head
the
of that rock.
head
Like
of that
in the,
rock. I mean, it's going. I don't. Your best baseball player could not throw a rock that straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thing, I just thought about that. It cleared a lot of space in that little bit of.
Yeah.
Holy
2
cow.
seconds.
Yeah. And then.
Doom.
And then something was thrown
His
at.
ass was hauling down through there.
What do y'all think that is in the?
The animal?
No, the thing flying through the air out there. What do y'all? Because there was no insects through the whole part besides right there as soon as it
That's a
hauled
rock.
ass.
That's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rock. He's
Yeah.
the animal's
Look,
definitely
and it
running
comes
from
through the woods there. See how? Look behind there. See, it's behind that tree, and then you see a little bit over there. Now, boy, this is where you're going at tonight, okay?
I like it. I'm good with that.
Okay, now, so far,
something. Yeah.
I thought kill camera. No picture. This is Adam, the guy that was in the woods, scared to death.
Which one?
This is who we need to
This-
talk to.
Which one?
We need to talk
He's
to
the
Adam.
one- he's the one
We
that-
want to hear Adam's account.
Don't get him crying.
Oh, he's
which
that
one?
kind of
Was
guy.
this the one that was talking like
Slowly,
night
whispering.
vision? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Adam,
Which
we-
one
we-
back out there?
I mean,
I didn't go out there two years ago back out in the woods. 2
Okay,
years
so
ago
Adam,
back out
so
there.
tell us your account of
Yes, I
what
like
you
that.
encountered and
you was still in high school.
Yeah, it was senior year of high school.
I
'Cause it
never
was
heard
with
him say a cuss.
Taylor's friend
Yeah.
Daniel was doing the filming for us.
Yeah.
And I was standing on top of the golf cart, and Rex had a time. Was it just? I can't remember if it was double or just one sided.
It was a double.
Double night vision goggles or binoculars, whatever they were. But you couldn't really see too good at it. But I was looking across the bottom of the valley, and then a little ways up, I heard footsteps before I saw it. But we've been out in the woods, and I grew up around here. I know what a deer sounds like. I know what a squirrel. The hop.
Yeah.
They hop. They don't
Yeah,
walk,
they don't
especially if they
walk.
get
And
spooked. Deer,
he
they
got super
Yeah.
hearing.
yeah. So all of a sudden I hear just a little walk. Started looking around, and all I could see was when I called it a little. I shouldn't say little, but a shape. And I can't really say what I saw, but it was a shape of a human, pretty good size, and it got up the hill, and there was a small stump, probably about small, but this big around. Well, he got right here and then stopped and did like this, and this was all I saw because I started doing this and handed the goggles to Daniel. And Rex is sitting there going, whoa, what do you see? What do you see? And Daniel took it, and when Daniel saw it, he saw the same thing, sitting like this, hunched above the edge of where a stump was. And all I could tell you was it was at least 8 foot, and big shoulders, definitely wider than I am, big old thing. Shape of something walking, and then at that point, Rex took over and he couldn't find it, and we
And the tree.
well yeah, and so then Rex couldn't find it again, and we heard something go up, but we didn't hear anything probably for what 5 minutes maybe, and then it was not a sound that night. No wind, nothing. And then all of a sudden, 2 pine trees, probably that big around, started moving at the top of the hill, and you could see them move back and forth, like something had it holding it, moving. At that point, I told Rex to get me out of there. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be near anything like that. And I wouldn't, like I said, I've grown up around here. I know what's in these woods, and I know what's around here. And I'm also not one to, I don't know how to say this. I'm not one to get on TV and start telling people I've seen Bigfoot. You know what I mean? I don't. It's just not something that I get behind at this point.
So are you 100% a believer?
Yeah, as in some. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. That, yeah, definitely. And it's still, even now, Rex knows this. When I go on a hunt with them, I don't really get off the golf cart. I don't like going far. I don't like staying out in the woods very long.
Also, you didn't stay long.
No.
He didn't want to stay long because once he saw the things, me and Daniel was going to go up around the
They
other
wanted to
side.
go on the back side because there's a trail that leads on the back end of it over there.
Now, he never did say a cuss. I never did hear him say a cuss word or anything. He said, "Take me home. Take me home now." He's almost crying. "Take me home now. Take me
I
home
did
now."
not like that. Because the whole time,
So you know it wasn't a bear.
No, and I know it wasn't that because what I heard was 2 feet walking in the brush. And at that point, too, it was also during fall when all the leaves had fell, so you could just hear it walking.
Yeah.
But then also, I go into the woods thinking, I might see.
Have you ever seen any bear on this property or anything like that?
No. The biggest thing we have around here is coyotes, and Mom saw a bobcat one time. That's been about it.
Because me and him are not believers.
Okay.
We want to believe.
Yeah.
We're open-minded to it, but it's
Were you the same way, or
we
did
need
you
tangible
believe?
proof.
Not really, no. I mean, I might believe. I guess I believe there might be something out there in like. I've seen documentary stuff like Washington, Oregon, somewhere out west, somewhere we hadn't a lot of people. I guess where people haven't been before.
Yeah.
Somewhere not around here where we know this area. But and that's my thing. When I went out there all these times with Rex after he found the footprint, I was like, all right, we'll see what we find, And every time we went out, really hadn't heard anything until that night, and never seen anything. And after that, I became a believer, and I didn't want to go back out. It took me about 2 years to get back out in the woods and go on a trip, and I barely got after that with Rex, but I don't know. I guess that's. I'd have to say I'd seen what I'd seen.
After he saw it, and the tree started shaking, he said, "Take me home. We're gonna go up." I said, "Well, let's just go up there." He said, "No, take me home." I said, "Hey, let's just go on up there." He said, "No, take me the hell home now." We had to take him home right now. Once he saw this creature, and I'd be the same way.
So, when would be the most recent activity y'all have experienced, and what entailed in it?
Well, that was you guys.
Yeah, the knocks.
The rock smashing?
Yeah. That we put that on YouTube a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would probably be the most recent.
Yeah.
And then my brother saw it.
Oh,
this
where's the
past
house?
summer.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious because Taylor was telling me when he phoned us that there's been a lot of activity recently,
Yes.
not necessarily with you guys, but just in general,
Right.
And people calling animal control. What the hell do they expect the animal control for?
The people called us out that's probably 2 months ago, had it slapping on the side of their house and all that, and it was a guy from the Air Force. I mean, this is...
Was there a handprint?
Yeah, they had... I can flash the video up.
Well, Jenny actually found it. We were sitting on the porch, and we were just chilling on the porch, and she's like, "What's that on the window?" And if you look over, you can see it, but it's a lot easier to see when it's dark. But it starts about right here, and he comes down, and then the palm. You can see the residue left. It's whitish.
Yeah. Let's see. This is the night of... Oh yeah, you can see it good.
This is September 8th.
Yep. Can you explain to them what that is?
It looks like 3 fingers.
Yep.
And then you can't really see the palm that good because the way the light's shining on it, but the palm is here.
Okay.
At the very bottom of the frame.
Awesome.
And the fingers come down. There's the palm. Thumb somewhere in here.
How wide do you think those fingers were, like, for each one?
Bigger than mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's all I can give you about that.
That's
really
awesome,
know.
man. Awesome.
Every time he fired up his hookah to smoke it,
yeah,
this creature would come out and harass him.
So can we get a hookah down here?
That's what I was wanting to do.
Yeah.
We never have got one yet.
They just burn some sweet smells.
Oh, it's a lot bigger in person.
Yeah. Gary, you got big hands. Why don't you put your hand up next to it just to see, like, yeah.
Damn.
It's a solid size. It's 20 foot.
I told you the hair. I showed you the hair.
Yeah.
Look at the hair.
I can see it. I can see it now.
Every time I see something, hear it
Gary's
on
shoe,
TV
too.
or whatever, I'm more convinced this creature's real.
Size 15. That's a shoe though, but my toes are not like that. Obviously, I'm not a Neanderthal.
Wow.
Pretty close.
And you don't go barefooted all the time.
Especially not in the woods. Yep. Well, at home I may.
The cranial break right
But
here.
my toes are nothing like that.
Hair. Look at that.
And you've gotten this examined?
And see, look right here. It looks like an animal paw print that's walking
Yeah,
across.
right here,
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there's a dog that stepped across it.
What does any of the specialists say? Like when you guys have these Bigfoot meetings and.
Well, I don't take it out much. It never leaves my office. This footprint.
Well, somebody might try and take it. And
Yeah.
Well, and I might
break
drop
it.
it. My secretary dropped it.
Is she still your secretary?
Is she still your secretary?
Yeah, well, she's my daughter too.
Okay.
All right, welcome to the first ever edition of Crypto Guys. We have our main hunt team right behind me. Tonight, we're gonna make a believers out of these two big guys. We've got our hunt crew right here, Taylor, Tate, and Toby, and myself, Super Dave. And then as everyone can see, the D'Angelo Williams is right here with us tonight. We got DD in the house, and then we got Gary Barndage. And man, we are ready to tear up and prove to them once and for all, Bigfoot is real.
Now, we don't know if they're actually going to prove anything to us. We're open to it. We're looking forward to it. We've heard they've had a lot of activity, and we're looking forward to seeing something or hearing something, smelling something, anything we can get.
I am definitely open for this. After hearing all the stories and seeing what I've seen, like it's not going to take much, but it's definitely going to take something. The only thing that's been proven thus far is it's cold out here.
Yeah.
That's a proven fact.
Definitely. Rex's stories, they've got me eager again.
Well, that's the thing. We got to see the foot.
Yeah.
We got to see a footprint. We got to hear all the stories, see the eyewitness accounts. I think that helped builds into it. But still skeptics.
Interest is peaked. Definitely peaked. So we're ready to see something. You know, good luck, guys. I guess is that what you say when you're a skeptic and they're believers?
That's
something like that. Yeah.
Somebody's got to be the bait.
Yeah.
We're good with that.
So we're gonna stop by the gifting site first and show Dee and Gary the rocks.
Actually, I'm going to stop right here for just a minute. We're going to talk about why I'm a believer.
Oh, your sighting, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you just throw a pointer?
So this spot right here for me, and just so everybody understands, I was doing this, you know, a lot on this particular hunt site for a long time. And, you know, there was all kinds of activities, and like you guys said, that you wanted to at least hear something, experience something, smell something. Okay, great. Well, I had done all those things, and I wanted more, because, I mean, while all that's, you know, well and fine, there's got to be something. You got to lay eyes on it, okay? I want to see. So it's been about probably 4 years ago now, maybe three and a half, somewhere around in there. We were down here with the owner of this particular hunt site, and he and another gentleman was there, and of course Taylor was with me. And this is kind of, you know, how the crew started. And we had so much activity, we had so much tree knocking going on, we had so many rocks being thrown, so many different yells and movements that, you know, they actually called for Rex to come down to help us film. Well, once they got here, everybody kind of got unnerved, and they wouldn't go anywhere. So I didn't have a flashlight. We do not have, at the time, we don't have the cameras that we have now, and I had a really just terrible camera that couldn't see 10 feet in front of me. And we're going to show you here in a second. Right behind you here is where I saw, for the first time, unequivocally, my first Sasquatch sighting, visible. And we're going to show you this tree right here, guys. And
So what made you think it was a Sasquatch?
I was walking up and I got under the little trestle there where the waterfall is, and there's a water wheel on the property. And when I got right down here at the bottom of this little incline, you get that feeling that you know something's watching you, but you don't know what. And then and I've got the camera up, so I'm camera blind. I can't see anything. So when I dropped the camera, I immediately saw a shadow. And I'm just stopped. I'm like, oh Lord, what's going on? So I'm just trying to adjust myself. Well, as my eyes started to adjust, there was a creature standing right behind this tree whose head was taller than this limb right here. If you guys can see this, I'm going to step up on the bank. And I'm going to try to show y'all this limb up here that I can't touch. The head of this creature was up here in this area, and its shoulders were right here. And I can remember the shoulder because the shoulder about came out level with the bend in this tree. Okay? And this creature stood here, and it did like this. It looks out around at me, and it just comes back up, and it's got a clear shot down through here looking at me. But all I can tell you is that night, I saw at least an 8-foot creature weighing in excess of at least 500 pounds or more, standing right here behind this tree. We came back the very next morning and found the footprint in the side of this bank where it had stepped up to stand right behind this tree. So we were able to prove that I definitely saw something here, but I don't have the video evidence to back that up.
So were y'all able to get a picture or anything of the actual footprint?
We do. I actually have that on my phone.
Okay.
Now, Garrett, you want to get up there for size
Yeah,
comparison?
Yeah.
How tall are you again?
I am 6'6".
6'6".
So I'll get up here and see in relation. So I'm 6'6" on top of this.
Oh no. It dwarfed you.
So if I was standing here,
its head would be above this little tree right here. It would be in this tree area.
I can't say this though. You guys are really impressive when it comes to eyeball and weight. Like you say, hey, he was 8 feet tall. He had to weigh about 500 pounds. Like I can't even eyeball weights of humans, let alone like creatures.
Well, Dave used to work at the carnival.
I did.
Oh,
I was a weight guesser. But you guys can see.
Are you serious?
no, he's
No, I'm only kidding. We do a lot of studying with size, character, and mass, to try to say, okay, if this bear was this tall and this long at this distance, it would typically be in this weight range. So we can kind of guesstimate. It could have been 450, could have been 550.
So
I know
at
that
least
this
you
was
had
a
the
heavy.
understanding of what it's going to be around because you've done the research into that.
Yes,
Okay.
This is a very muscular, heavy creature.
Now, so tell me what was your thoughts when you saw it?
I want a flashlight.
Yeah, that's right.
I had nothing. And
Now, did you hear it leave, or because I would think if he's that big, wouldn't you hear it leave and run off?
That's the hardest thing for us to explain. And we have watched a lot of video out there where we have seen supposed videos of Sasquatch where they've got tracks where they walk and then the tracks disappear, but there's always a downed limb or other trees, where they may be walking on different things to mask their sound or the way they travel.
Yeah.
The other neat thing about this is I did that same day. I mean, I wanted to know what's in this area. When you walk in about, 75 feet, maybe 100 feet, it goes off into a gully. There's a gully back there or a ravine big enough to hide a school bus in. You never know it was there.
Yeah.
So, there's lots of places in just this one spot to hide. And then once you climb back up the other side, it drops off to the Henry River. And you're 30 foot straight down in the water.
I do. I have one more question. Like before you guys come in here to do any of the hunting, how do you communicate with this animal to get it either to come out of its hide spot or to wake it up? Because every animal, whether it's primal or not, have some type of communication, whether it's verbal or physical. So how do you get this creature to get up and start moving? Is there a call? Is there like a?
We typically open up with a welcome call, if you will, we lovingly call them whoops, but we do it long and loud enough where typically folks in 3 counties are asking what that is, because we want to broadcast. Great apes exhibit this same behavior in communications with long distance between different. They call them Congress. Families of baboons are called Congress. Between the 2 communities, they will communicate with long distance via knocks, whoops, and yells. And so we do a lot more yells than anything else, and we typically get a decent response. But I mean, we've not made our presence known tonight. I've not done anything. I wanted to wait till everybody was here, and so that y'all could all experience what we believe is a good yell sounds like.
So can you do one now? If so, I'm gonna pull my head thing to listen.
Now the neat thing is when you were talking, something down here made a noise, and I don't know what it was, but there was definitely something down here that made a noise.
So are we listening for the same sound you make back, or what are we listening for?
You're gonna listen to it. Might be a whoop, it might be a yell.
Okay.
You might get a roar.
And this is a Sasquatch call.
Yeah, as near as I can imitate
now,
one.
how do we know this is actually what a Sasquatch does? Or just best guess?
Well, we've been hunting now for over 7 years, and we have heard so many different variations of what we believe a Sasquatch can do and the various imitations that it also can make, okay? Because it can imitate lots of different things, different animals. It can imitate us, our sounds, and some of our speech patterns.
You're going to have to explain that to us later.
Evolution, man.
So,
and the common name for one of them is yahoos, and it sounds like ooh,
so there's many researchers from all around the world who keep coming with evidence with the same exact sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're about to make one.
All right, here we go.
All right. Let's listen.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay.
Tell me y'all heard that.
You're right over there.
I don't know what it was.
I didn't hear it.
Hit it again.
It was like 3. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh. Go again. Go again.
The crappy part, there's no cloud cover, and the echo is terrible from the interstate.
Yeah, I hear that's all I hear is the cars.
Yeah, but now I know it's kind of hard for you guys.
There you go. Hey. Now listen to the dogs.
That's coyote.
Yeah, that's coyotes.
Yeah, but
there's
some dominant one.
There's something started.
There's something dominant, yeah. Hit one more call. See what happens.
Give it just a second.
Yeah, hang on, wait.
Yeah.
The big tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Big dog tracks. Those are something like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna pull out my recorder on here and see if it works any better.
That right
You
there.
hear
There
that?
it is.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
That's it. Over top of that.
Y'all heard that?
Tell me you heard that.
That was.
I heard that.
Can y'all tell the difference?
Yeah, that's different than the coyotes.
It's
I heard the
different.
coyotes,
I
the
heard
dogs,
that. Yeah. Okay.
but I heard the different ones. So can you try to hit one more and see if we can get it to go again?
Yeah, something back down this way too.
Mm-hmm.
Here's y'all something to think about. When that one let hits out, those coyotes went
Stop.
quiet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's. I was going to say that
Yeah.
the coyotes stopped once we heard that noise.
Yeah.
Hey, do a few whoops.
Was that me, or did y'all hear that?
I will say we definitely heard coyotes, and we heard another noise outside of that. And when we heard that, the coyotes stopped. I will say that, D.
Yeah, I did. I saw the same. Well, I heard the same thing. I'm just not sure what I heard to
Correct.
shut the coyotes up, though.
But they have not made another noise even after more calls.
True.
Which is interesting because coyotes are always loud and annoying.
But you can tell wherever it was dominant enough to shut everything up right then.
Absolutely. Shut us up, too.
Yes. So is that the only way of communication that we have?
I think Toby probably
Toby.
good one. He can definitely
Please,
demonstrate
Toby.
that.
Yeah.
Because you're one of the best.
Can you explain to us what a tree knock
That's
is?
his signature.
What the purpose is,
Toby's
what
a
it does.
knocker.
He said that's another form of communication.
It is. I think it's a long distance. Instead of the holler or the whoops, which you get that way, I think it's another form of communication at long distance, but subtle. Because when they happen, if you're not just paying direct attention, you're kind of like, I think I heard something.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of times they'll use it as communication, just to knock back and forth, but not to get a lot of activity started with what they're doing.
Is there a pattern associated with
You
that? Can
can-
you go 14 knocks? Can you go 2?
No.
Can you go 13? Like
No.
4?
We've seen them. We've been out here before. We've got one knock.
I think that was a dog.
You could get 3 knocks, and you're fine. But if we get 2 knocks, that's when it's almost like it's telling you to stay away. If you proceed and keep on and irritate it, that's been some of the, I would say, the roughest hunts we've had.
Yes. Now, how many times
Aggressive.
do y'all keep going when you've heard 2?
You can hit it.
No, when y'all have heard 2 back, how many times y'all keep going?
Oh,
no. We'd have to do 2 in order to piss
We-
them off.
Yeah, but if they give back 2, what happens?
If they do 2, we'll knock back 1 or 3 again and kind of move our way up the path as we go or into the woods. And then you'll get it where it starts getting real aggressive. You'll start getting more hollers, more screams. We've got a stick here. We got this one. It's probably been 4 or 5 years we've had this one. It echoes real well off of it. But what I'll do, we'll demonstrate the knock. And this is, like we were talking about, another form of communication that we believe that they use. And it echoes up and down the river. So you can go a long ways with one. But I'm gonna hit the tree, I'm gonna do 3 knocks. We'll wait and do 3 more and see if we can get any kind of return. Everybody just listen, be real quiet like we did with the holler.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we can get.
Perfect.
3 more.
You need it for that?
No, here.
Should I do knocks?
There it is.
Should I do a knock? Yeah. Because if they're beaten, something was beaten. Well, you see like it's kind of like a Blair Witch Film because of the way it's crossed and there's a tree in between it.
Look at this right here, how
you can
like bent.
Oh, it was bent over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one right there.
And pushed under the tree.
Yeah, pushed under.
You can see how it's woven.
So how did y'all do that?
We didn't do it, but it was engineered.
Yeah.
This one got pushed over. Yeah, it was engineered, but not by us, not by man.
So it's taking this tree
there, yeah.
with the, I guess, the upside down stump that Dave was talking about.
Well, it's another. It's probably
Yeah, I
another
mean,
tree it toppled
yeah.
over. Yeah.
But how did this tree fall over top of this tree
To bend it
over?
down.
And then this
Over
tree
here.
is going straight up through the. Can y'all
So
explain that?
do y'all have?
There's many of these.
Well, I mean, do y'all have video of this tree not bent over? Where cause this could have been grown this way, because some trees do grow weird like that, and that one could just fell onto it. So I'm saying, like, is there anything like where the
No.
Clearly,
I don't see how one tree could have grown from way over here, the angle across, because you see it comes on out this side over
Correct.
here. This one is up against it, holding it down, so it's come from the top. This tree here, if it was standing straight up, it would have been hard to have been pinned back that way. So something's had to have forcefully pulled it to put that one over it. But if you look down here, you can see how it's other intertwined, where this is broke off,
Yeah.
and then back down in behind Taylor down in there is where me and Dave walked down in there and found there's other ones that's just wove in, almost like a nest area type.
And surprisingly, these bent trees are quite seen on the property, you know, throughout, because, you know, David spoke about one time, you know, these trees are bent like this. They make good X structure. We see a lot of X's, but we also see trees that are singular like this and they're just bent over. And David has made the point that he believes that the juvenile Sasquatches, the younger ones, they get on these trees and, in a sense, monkey around. They climb to the top and then just kind of take the top of it, and with all their weight just topple over with it, just swing off of it, and then it bends down, and that way it just starts growing like that because it bends. So that's what we think the bent trees are from.
And we think it's just an odd coincidence that there's a structure now right near the rock pile. It's like every place that we've had an incident on this property, there ends up being a structure within 50 foot from it.
So let me make sure I get this right. So not only are we dealing with Sasquatch, but we dealing with Sasquatch little kids too.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Oh,
And
okay.
the birthing area.
D-Man,
we'll
you
get
are
to that
right.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Toby can.
So
And
what do you? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. To kind of give you an idea, right behind right here, if you look, shine the light right here. See how low down that bend starts on the tree and comes out?
Yeah.
Almost down here to ground. If you look at this one, bend starts up here.
Yeah.
It didn't come out of the ground and bend that way. It's been bent and engineered over before the other one's over it.
So, is there a significance behind the X's?
I believe so.
Territorial is what we think. We believe this territorial marking is telling us either to not go on this side or stay where we are and go back the other way.
And
Also
you guys
for
don't
food.
listen at all.
No, we
Usually
do
no.
not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's smart. It's a good thing that we know what we're doing.
I heard the group talking a little while ago, and they asked me a question about Sasquatch and if they could talk. Well, ancient Cherokee folklore suggests that Sasquatch not only sat with them, but communed with them, ergo they can communicate. At this point, I'm going to let Toby explain it a little bit further.
I was doing some research. Western North Carolina, where we are, the Eastern Band of Cherokees were all in this area. So I started researching, and there's different chants that they've got. There's one called the Welcome Chant. And I haven't seen anybody do this before, not saying it hasn't been done. I know for our group and in our area,
First time
we
ever.
have not tried this. But I got to thinking, we have been out before. We've heard what's called a wild man chatter, which is a language we can't understand. So I got to listen to some of the Cherokee. The language kind of has the same rhythm or rhyme as they talk. So I thought maybe we'd try this and just see what we could get into and see if we can get any kind of reaction from it.
Let's hold it where they can hear it. Hold your hand over the light.
You want me to try just one this time?
Yeah. Real question. If we can get into a friend of ours has been wanting us to come do an old mill that is supposedly haunted, with a lot of reported activity for both he and his employees that work there, would you be interested in coming?
100%. I actually have been on a few ghost hunts and stuff in Ohio. So I've done Mansfield Reformatory, I've done a funeral home that was burned down, a lot of people died in. And I've been to Myrtle Plantation, Louisiana, I've been to Alcatraz. So I'm all about it. And I actually have one of the people I know, they sent me a little device that you turn it on, put it in the corner, leave it alone, and it picks up like signatures around you.
Is it like an EMF pump?
Yeah, but it's like it's just like a little handheld thing, and you just set it over there.
Gotcha.
So, and it works if you're holding it and you're standing next to it. So
we're actually going to be working on some new tech to try on our next paranormal hunt. It's going to take us a minute, but we'll try to put, because I know your schedule's going to be busy, but if you can give us, some time frames, we'll put
definitely.
that together.
Definitely.
Can you tell him about that fish place?
Actually, we have been invited, and we were actually going to do this at Christmas, and they just couldn't get us in there with the Christmas holidays. But there is, local to us really, there is a fish camp that has, I'm going to tell you this as the truth as I know it right now. It may change by 1 or 2 numbers here, but there's at least 7 confirmed murders on property. There's people been murdered and drowned and dumped in the pond. And there's been people shot and killed on premise inside the restaurant. And it has been a fish camp for, I don't know, 60 plus years, and it's still operating with a lot of the original equipment. And they have so much energy in this building that they have poltergeist activity that is not pleasant. And the last time I was there talking to these people, we were sitting there and the doorbell kept going off. And I asked the lady, I said, is the doorbell broke? And she says, no. And she told me the lady's name, whom escapes me right now. But she said she passed away a month ago. And ever since she passed away, the doorbell's been going off, and we think it's her just telling us that she's okay. And I have been awestruck with this place and the history behind it. And it's rated the #1 most haunted restaurant in North Carolina. And they've asked us to come out and do an investigation for them. So that's definitely can happen, very quickly. But you just kind of got to give us a schedule to kind of, where everybody can be together.
So I take it you're a firm believer in the paranormal as well.
I think that there are forces around us all the time that people have the slightest clue that even exist. And we would be fooling ourselves to say that the supernatural world is happening as we speak. And I know we're surrounded at all times by entities and or spirits that we cannot see. And I would assume, and I'm going to say this correctly, I believe that they're dimensional, and that's why we can't see them, but we can certainly interact with them. And we've had some very, very good paranormal investigations, and we just look forward to bringing more of those out.
Because I would say I'm a skeptic of that as well. So, but I'm very open-minded to it, and I want to find something to prove me wrong. So I'm definitely enticed and intrigued to do that.
What do you think about this little cave?
So, they were telling me that there's a cave, they've had activity over here before, but I don't really know if anything 7, 8 foot can go through here.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I'm 6'6", I'm about to climb up here and see around this corner, because you really can't see around the corner if there's anything. I think it's closed, but I'm gonna grab a flashlight and try and look and see.
Alright, be careful. It's kind of slick.
I don't play football anymore, I'm good. The question is I don't have nothing to grab onto. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
And it's slippery. Looks like it's caved in right there.
Yeah, I think it's closed off now, unfortunately.
If it wasn't slippery, I would climb back there, but I can't. Like, I don't have nothing to grab onto.
Yeah.
But it does look like there's something interesting back there.
Uh-huh.
That ants underneath the ice?
That's water.
That looked like ants underneath the ice.
Wow, it did. That's weird.
Wow. I can see the bubbles curling in there.
That's pretty neat.
I literally thought that was ants. But it does look like to the left.
It looks like there's light coming from the top of it back here.
There is. There's light coming.
Yeah, it's from on top though. If you got on top of it looking down. But yeah, I don't think it goes anywhere, but you wouldn't know until if it wasn't slippery and stuff, you could get back there. So I would say if it wasn't wet and ice on the thing, you could get back there and look all right around the corner. Because it does. Oh, relief. Scared you.
Scared you.
If I had a way to get back there right now, I'd do it. I don't have a stick,
no.
So I'm not going to force it, but maybe another time.
Yeah.
It does look like there's something still.
Hey, 2 hours later.
Here's the flashlight.
If you kind of come straight down, you got a platform here, sort of. Just,
right here?
Yeah, just watch that. It's kind of slick. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have the fear of anything, so.
We can tell.
I'll do whatever. And last night they were talking about this rock face, and they were saying they filled this with a drink, and it was drunk next time they came out, or a couple weeks later. So I think he's about to pour more in. Now, can you explain more?
Yeah, basically I had this last time when, the first time I brought it, and Dave was like, let's leave some of it and have a sweet aroma smell around this area and see if anything attracts it. Well, he took what was left in the bottle, he poured a little bit out around it to get the aroma smell going, the sweet odor, and then screwed the cap back on. He put behind the rock where it was kind of hidden, and then we came back, a week or so later, and then this was just casually tossed in that little area right there. That cap was just laying underneath some leaves. So we picked up, tried to look for, any kind of smudges or any kind of hair, any kind of evidence we could find. Nothing on it, but something did unscrew it and either drink or pour all of it out and then just threw it on the ground. So what we'll try again.
Y'all hear that up?
Spine on us.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a bird right there. So we'll pour a little in here. A little science experiment. We'll pour about that much, and then we'll just screw that cap back on. We'll douse a little bit around here. And then we will litter. Yeah. We will litter the property.
You're dousing it on your boot.
That's all right.
Gonna fall on him.
Yeah.
And see, it's hid from anyone.
And for better measure, we got Jack Luke's beef jerky. We'll put a few of those pieces in there.
Now, my only thought with that would be a raccoon. Squirrel,
Yeah, they probably will.
too.
But we'll see what happens.
Why don't you lift one of the rocks?
That's what I was going to put underneath the rock.
Okay.
All about. All right. Let's put one right here.
I put it way out of there where you can't, where you have to like force it out.
There's a spider. There we go. And let's put this one
Underneath the big rock? Way underneath? Well, no, they won't be able to smell it.
up there's a good spot. Maybe. Test it out. It's all about experiments. The what's it called? The fail experiment. You trial and error. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
We know it likes the silver. Just took your coins.
Did it?
Yeah, the 50 cents are gone. It's gone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, have you ever thought about?
I see one right there.
Oh, is it still there?
Still there on the rock.
Have you ever thought about putting a trail cam like right here
We need to.
over this,
Yeah, we also need to.
or right over there on that tree where, because that's another part y'all were talking about last night with the cross. You know, right here you have this vicinity
Yeah.
where y'all seem to get a lot of action, where it might just be interesting to see.
Well, since this is our gifting site, I would like to just surround the area with trail cameras. I mean, you put one right here going this way. You know, like I said, that one right here looking at the pile. You know, maybe put one that's looking up this way. You know, kind of surround the area. That way, you get all angles and perspectives. And in case something is kind of looking at, kind of enticed, like, oh, I want to come in. I don't know if anybody's watching.
Yeah.
So.
And the good thing about this now too is we've got U and D full time now, and the skepticism, y'all will be able to like put in that info of like, well, we need to put trail cams here. Like we are more like we want. Just pretty much. You give us the obvious. Put a trail cam there. We're always like we think about it, but then we always go to our believer side. Well, Bigfoot, that drives Bigfoot away. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we look. But yeah, well, I
think you try it, and then because what if you put one there and you realize somebody lives in this woods and they keep coming here and doing this? At least you're gonna find out one way or the other whether it's Bigfoot or it could be somebody doing it, or if it's a squirrel taking something or a raccoon messing with it. That way you know.
Yeah.
You have an idea.
Yeah, it gives us, and like we're saying, two different sides of it. We're looking at like, man, something's moving this, look at that, and you're like going,
well, let's find out what it is.
Yeah. What if it's a raccoon? And we're thinking Sasquatch. So it helps us tighten our research up that much better for what we're doing.
Also, if you put it out here and you have it out here for 2 weeks and nothing's on the trail cam, still there, take the trail cam away for 1 day.
Yeah.
Come back and see if anything's messed with the 1 day trail cam's not here. Then you might have your thing because nobody else knows you're putting them here. And you got to make it where it's not obvious so a normal person walking can see it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want somebody to be able to mess with you.
Right. Exactly.
That's why we've always thought like we're betraying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if we put a camera there and it sees it and it can hear it, we're like, well, maybe our activity will stop. And that's what we've always been scared of. But now we're going to have to step out more where we've got to.
Yeah.
So that is a good point. So we're heading down now because Gary is curious about what we think is, I guess, where they bed. The bedding area, the nesting area, the sleeping area.
Which they should be here right now.
Yeah, which they should be here right now, if that theory is correct. Unless they're on a vacation. What do you think that was? Just a coincidence that it looked like eyes?
No, I think it could have been like a mountain lion.
A mountain lion?
That would have been my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I saw a cat face.
Yeah.
So are we going this way?
Well, so this is the backside of what y'all
might want to go that way.
See as the Bigfoot tunnel system.
Because I don't think there's really. No, it's just kind of rolled up.
So right there is where Dave stood. Maybe we should have went the other way.
How's that?
Because we might not be able to even get down in here. Yeah. I mean, anything could get slipped off in here though and just bounce out. Like when Tate saw that, what could have been shoulder.
Yeah. All over in here.
This is some bonus features. Some natural. Oh yeah, we can get down in there right there.
Been this far up on this side. You get a better perspective of
I
what
was
it looks
just
like.
moving. I'll stop every once in a while just to see what
Oh yeah, that's probably that's what you gotta do, kind of scout and look at
Sorry.
your surroundings. You good? Look at
No.
your surroundings.
This is dope. Look on it.
Well,
do we have anything we can throw in there?
I'm sure there's rocks flying around somewhere.
That's in there. There's still one.
Yeah. Is it like an alleyway?
There's one. There's a creek right here.
Yeah. So like you could point the camera through there and say so we were above that, right?
Yeah. So David was
This
standing
is
up
not
here.
very stable.
Yeah, I
No.
wouldn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's gonna break.
I'm not wanting to walk out.
Okay, okay.
I'm just gonna stand right here.
Just do like a foot off. Like David was right there standing.
Yeah, he's on
So
top right there.
you would have saw the eyes, I guess.
It'd been right here.
Yeah, it'd been over here, right?
This opening, right there's where it was, because he was standing right here, and it was kind of like to the, it'd be the left on him on that side, so it'd be right in that area. So, I mean, something could crouch under there, but it's still a mystery.
The good thing is right here, it's all water.
Mhm.
So you should, if there's walking here, you should be able to see footprints, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Or whatever it is.
Look how
It's-
worn out it is through here. too.
Whether it's an animal, I mean, whether it's Bigfoot, whether it's
Yeah.
a cat, anything, you should be able to see.
Mm-hmm. So I can get a better view right here.
This might be where the rocks are coming from. That is not too bad. And this is dope. Cool. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like all like bedded out. Could it be? And then the trail's just right there. Yeah.